What's going on, internet world? It is Miles TV coming to you for the first time in 2010. Hope everybody had a wonderful new year. I'm coming to you to give you my top 10 movies of 2009. This is definitely my opinion. You know, your list may differ than mine, and I'm sure my list is definitely going to be different than some of your typical mainstream critics. But this is my opinion and my list, and that's why you're tuning in to check out Miles TV. And I definitely appreciate you taking your time out your day to listen to my opinion. Number 10 movie of 2009, in my opinion, was Ninja Assassin. A lot of action, great martial arts choreography. That guy, I'm telling you, is the new Jet Li. If you like martial arts flicks, you definitely are going to enjoy this one. If you like gory type films like Kill Bill, stuff like that, where things are just getting sliced off left and right, arms getting sliced off, heads chopped in half, go check out Ninja Assassins. Non-stop action. I liked it a lot. Number 9, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Now, I know Transformers was not the popular pick this year. A lot of people gave it really bad reviews. I know Rotten Tomatoes was pretty down on it. I liked it a lot. I grew up as a big Transformers fan. I thought it had great action. I think the storyline was pretty good. The fight scenes with Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, I just thought they were absolutely beautifully well done. I think Michael Bay did a great job in this one. Just his typical, what he does. For me, number 8 is Law Abiding Citizens. I was thoroughly impressed with both Jamie Foxx and my main man King Leonidas. I thought the two of them gave a great performance each. This is one of those movies where it kind of keeps you guessing from one turn to the next. I know a lot of people don't enjoy movies where it's very predictable, where they know what's going to happen next. One thing I really liked about this one is the ending kind of caught me off guard. It's not what I saw coming. Maybe you saw it coming, but for me it kept you guessing from one moment to the next. It was really enjoyable. Number 7 on the list is Michael Jackson's This Is It documentary. And I really enjoyed watching this one again. Just like Transformers, I grew up on Michael Jackson. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. My entire family is Michael Jackson fans. And to be able to watch this man on stage at 50 years old and still have the moves and the ability and the dancing skill that he had at 50 was absolutely amazing. And it just was really a pleasure for me to just see his musical genius unfold on the screen. As they're sitting there rehearsing, he would stop everything and say, hey, I need the keyboardist to do this a little bit differently. I need the guitarist to do this a little bit differently. Backup singer, I need you to sing just a little bit different. He expected perfection of himself, so he also expected perfection of those around him. It was absolutely amazing just to see how in control of the rehearsal he was. Number 6 now is a movie based on a book about a true story. The name of the movie is The Blind Side. It's based on the life of Michael Orr, who is the offensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens right now. It's about a story about a young black male that was taken in by a white family. That he basically had nowhere to stay. And this is not your typical. This guy's like 6'8", like 300 pounds. Type of guy I would be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? So for this white family to take him in and to pretty much raise him and just accept him as one of their own family was an absolutely amazing story. Sandra Bullock did a marvelous job in this movie. I know she's definitely going to get some award consideration. Number 5, definitely one of my favorite movies of the year was Inglourious Basterds. I really enjoyed seeing this one. Quentin Tarantino has done it again. Gave us definitely a good all-around movie. Good action scenes, good dialogue, great acting. Just typical Quentin Tarantino. And Brad Pitt was typical Brad Pitt. I can't name a movie with Brad Pitt that I didn't like. And the guy, I forget the guy's name, but the gentleman who played the Jew Hunter, absolutely amazing performance. He really stole the show. One thing about this movie is very dialogue heavy. There's a lot of dialogue. It's a very long movie. It's close to 3 hours. So go into it knowing that. But it's typical Quentin Tarantino dialogue. If you look at his movies, if you look at Reservoir Dogs, if you look at Pulp Fiction, even at Kill Bill to an extent, every time they're talking, they could be talking about a pack of cigarettes, but the dialogue is still very important to the movie, and it's very captivating. It's like, anytime the Jew Hunter's sitting down talking, he talks for a good 10 minutes sometimes, but you hang on his every word. It's a very, very good movie. I liked it a lot. Check that out. Number 4 is another movie based on a book. The name of this movie is Precious. Definitely a must-see movie for everybody. Mo'Nique really broke out, in my opinion, and showed her abilities as an actress. She's always been a comedian. She's known as a comedian. She's funny. She's a stand-up comic. You know, she makes you laugh. In this movie, she's going to scare you. You cannot believe that there are people out there who are really like this, but this is the fact of the matter, is that there really are mothers out there like this. You know, I mean, in my opinion, she put Mommy Dearest to shame. I mean, to hell with the wire hangers. Mo'Nique was coming with ashtrays and whatever else she could throw. But definitely a great movie. Please check it out. Definitely one of the top movies across the board. Number 3 for me was at the end of '09, but definitely one of the best movies that I've seen in a while. It's probably the best visually that I've ever seen, and that's Avatar in IMAX. Avatar was absolutely amazing. James Cameron, I think it took him like 10 years to make this movie. I forget exactly what the rumor is, but he's been working on it for a long time, and he did not disappoint whatsoever. The movie is visually absolutely amazing. There's nothing really that I can say bad about this film whatsoever. The storyline was really good. Like I've said before when I reviewed it, it was really kind of like a Pilgrims and Indians type of storyline, where people just come in and they try to pretend to be your friend, and the next thing you know, they're trying to take everything that you have. But it's definitely a good movie. Check it out in IMAX. That's definitely the only way to see it, in my opinion. Can't wait to see this one on Blu-ray. Number 2. Now, this movie was definitely a sleeper. Nobody really expected it to come out and take audiences by storm like it did, but it's The Hangover. Great movie, absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen it, if you like just buddy type comedies, I mean, you know, 4 guys, they go out to spend a day in Vegas for a bachelor party, and everything you can think of, possibly think of, happens in this movie. Absolutely funny, hilarious movie. Now, for my number 1 movie of 2009, drum roll, all that good stuff, Star Trek. Believe it or not, this is coming from a tried and true Star Wars fan. I have never liked Star Trek in my life. I was not a big fan of William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy whatsoever, but this was a very well put together movie. The story was great. I really loved the way that it wasn't necessarily a prequel, it wasn't necessarily a sequel, and it wasn't necessarily a remake. It kind of had bits and pieces of all 3 of those. Like it was before it was a movie that was before the Star Trek saga. It was a movie that was after the Star Trek saga, and it still showed you bits and pieces of the original Star Trek, with a wonderful guest appearance from Leonard Nimoy. I mean, I liked it a lot. Great action, great story. The acting was very good. So overall, it definitely was a great movie from top to bottom. So in my opinion, Star Trek was the number 1 movie of 2009. Now I know that's not going to be the popular pick, but hey, it's my pick. Now, like I was saying before, there were a few movies that I didn't have the pleasure of seeing in 2009. One is The Hurt Locker. I've heard amazing things about it. I'm still trying to see it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I do believe that that's probably going to be top 10 worthy. Also haven't seen Invictus or Sherlock Holmes yet, so I don't know if those 2 would be enough to break my top 10. It's very possible. It's very possible, because I've heard a lot of really great things about those. One movie that I do want to give an honorable mention that was pretty hard to leave out of my top 10 was the animated movie from Pixar, Up. Very, very cute film. You know, it's something that the kids will enjoy as well as adults. If you haven't seen Up, take some time, check that out. I'm going to try to hurry and check out Invictus, Hurt Locker, and also Sherlock Holmes, to try to get reviews on those coming up very soon. Another movie that I didn't see was that New Moon, Twilight. I probably will never see it, because I'm just not a boy band vampire type of fan. I like my vampires gruesome. So I don't like boy band looking vampires, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, that is Miles TV's top 10 movies of 2009. I really hope you enjoyed. I appreciate you spending your last 10 minutes listening to me blabber on. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please feel free to email them to me, milestv@gmail.com. Whether you have positive comments, negative comments, whatever it is, I'd love to hear it. Please check out my online movie blog at www.milestv.blogspot.com for all the latest on the newest movies and newest video releases. Once again, I very much appreciate you tuning in. Happy 2010, everybody. And make sure Saturday night you're watching the Cowboys do their thing against the Philadelphia Eagles. All right? Have a wonderful day. Love you all.